Okay, welcome back to TRC Retro Programming. I'm happy to continue to be a service to programmers at all levels, as well as an information platform, etc. So I was watching the latest edition of the Coco Nation a few days ago and noticed that someone said that they didn't understand dimensions, and that gets me upset. So I'm going to make a For Dummies video on dimensions and get input. It's so first of all, I'm just going to label this get put, and we're going to go from there. You just get into a PMODE, and I like to use PMODE1, which is low res. Then you pick a screen. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this. And then you have to clear the screen, whichever color you want. And I don't think getting this far is the problem. I think that it's a separate problem. And I'm going to address it right now. I want to PCLS the screen something other than white. We'll use that so that I can play with the colors here. And so I don't think this is a problem for people. Everyone knows that before you get into any graphics screen, you need these three lines. One picks the resolution, the other one picks the screen set, and the last one just clears the screen it clears the palette, so we don't get any junk on the screen. So, alright, we're going to do this backwards, okay? We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up here, instead of working from the top down. So first we're going to draw our rectangle. Okay, everybody knows what a rectangle is. Now, when you're using get input, it can only be a square section of the screen or a rectangular section of the screen. I'm choosing rectangle for a specific reason. So I'm sure everyone has gotten this far where they know how to draw shapes on the screen using the line command. If you haven't, then it's not hard. To draw a rectangle, you use the line statement, but you follow it with a B. So the computer will automatically assume that this coordinate is the top left corner, this coordinate is the bottom right corner, and we'll draw a rectangle accordingly. Apparently I need to pick a color here because I hope that's white. Okay, so we see our rectangular box here. I'm not going to use white because it's blending in with the perimeter of the screen. So we're going to use a color other than white. That's kind of still hard to see. Still kind of hard to see. That's better. Okay, so we can clearly see this rectangle. Now, all you're going to do with get input is you're going to move this somewhere else on the screen, because say if we draw graphics in here and suddenly we don't want them there anymore, we want them over here. Now, it would be a big headache to have to draw those graphics all over again. So what get input does is it gets whatever's in the rectangle, and when it puts it into an array. Now, that's not this put, that's a different put. Put is when you put it somewhere else on the screen. Getting it is getting it into the dimension. Okay, so we're going to do that next. We're going to say dimension. I'm spelling that right. I think so, dimension. Now, what is meant by dimension? It's not, it seems intimidating, but it's not. Okay, we're dealing with a rectangle. It's a flat, it's flat. It only has 2 dimensions. It's a 2-dimensional object. Okay, it only has 2 dimensions. So the computer wants to know what are those dimensions, and because it needs to know the size of those dimensions so that it can store them properly into an array. Okay, so triangle only has width and length. That's it. You just need to know the width of the rectangle, not triangle. Rectangle, width, and length. So if this was a road, the road is this wide and this long. Makes sense, right? That's all you need to know. So now what you do is you create your array. You call it dimension, just dim, or dimension, and you have to give it a label, a variable. It's not really a variable, it's a label. Anything A through Z. You can even do double dimensions if you want. We can have tons of these. I did this in my card game. I had double dimensions up the yin yang. I had zillions of them because there's 52 cards, and oh my god, I never want to go through that again. But the one thing you can't do with this is you can't say 2 plus A, comma 4 plus B, because if I run this, actually it's not giving me a hard time with this, which is really strange. I'm adding variables in there, and yeah, I don't know, it's accepting it, but I don't know. Run 6. It's not giving me a problem. I've never added dimension variables into a dimension. That is very interesting. That would be a game changer for advanced programming. And I might look into that. I don't know if it's going to function or not. But okay, now let's just get rid of all this. Start over here. We're not doing advanced programming. We need to give our dimension, we need to put in the width and the length of the triangle. So we can see that right here. It's 40 wide, okay, and it's 100 long, okay. So if I run this, it's 40 wide, the road is 40 feet wide, whatever, 100 feet long. That's all it's asking for. So but in this mode, each pixel, there's each pixel is worth 2. So we would have to divide 40 by 2, and so dimension A, wide is 20. High is 50. That's it. When you're in low mode here, low res mode, each pixel, we count pixels by 2s. That's a whole different story. But that's the way it's done. Now we have a big enough dimension to fit that rectangle in. That's it. So, for example, if I run this and we look at this pixel up here in the right-hand corner, it is 0, 0 to 2, 0. Actually, you know what? 0 to 1. It covers 0 and 1. And then this next pixel would be 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. That's the way it works in low res mode. And it's the same way down 0, 1, cross 0, 1. Anyways, that's why we have to divide this by 2, because literally we have 20 pixels wide and 50 pixels high. Don't let these numbers fool you, they're doubled. But anyways, so now we created dimension A, and now we want to get our picture into that array. Okay. We're going to pretend we have graphics in here. There's nothing in there right now. But we're pretending that, you know what I'll do? I'll draw some circles in there. So at least there's something in there. And list this. All right, 5. We're going to put graphics. Okay, now we're going to draw a circle anywhere in that box. It goes all the way up to the borders, so you can include the borders. It's your choice. I'd like to stay inside the box. It's going to have to be pretty small circles to fit in there. There's one. I can make them different colors, so I'll do that. There's a green circle. You can fill it in. That's too small for me. Let's run this because that doesn't really look like a circle, but in low res that's a circle. So you want to paint that circle. You just go for the center, and we want to make it so that it's really colorful. So we have magenta and it stops at the green, or you can make it a solid magenta, on and on. I'm going to get a couple more in there. It's not even circle. 10, 50. This one's going to be bigger, twice as big. Run that. I can't even see it because it's the same color as the background. Let's try a different color here. I'm going to have to move it over a little bit because I saw that it was hitting the border. There we go. So we're doing all this work to make our graphics and suddenly realize we want it in another location. Now, would you want to do this all over again, or it would be a lot better it would be a lot better that rather than drawing all this all over again, it'd be a lot better to put it into memory, and that way we can manipulate it anywhere on the screen we want. So I could go, I think that's enough for right now. I'm don't want to get too carried away, so we're going to get, now when you have to get the rectangle. So all you're doing is copying the coordinates of the triangle. Rectangle. I don't know why I keep saying triangle. Yesterday I was at the store. Last week I was at the store buying a new antenna for my new digital antenna for my television because I don't have cable, and it was a square antenna, and I was like, that rectangular one, I mean that triangular antenna over there, I don't know why, and now I'm doing it again, and I don't know why. So anyways, we're gonna get the rectangle, and now we have to get it into the array. Now I forgot how to do this. Of course, I haven't used get input in a long time, guys. Lord, how is this done? I think you just put get, and then, oh Lord, I can't believe I forgot how to do this. I'm making a video on this and I can't remember how to do this. I think you just, I think, I think you put the coordinates of the rectangle, follow it by the dimension A, just put the label of the dimension, don't put dim A, just put the label, and then follow it with a comma G. Okay, so it went through, so it's working. That's all you have to do. All right, you need the G because it stands for graphics. There's all sorts of different commands. Just ignore those commands. They're very confusing and don't make a lot of sense for beginners. So we're all set. Now all we have to do is decide where we want to put it. So that's the last step. Now I'm bottoming out here because I renumbered it and I lost my you have to put a GOTO statement at the end where it goes to itself so that the program stays, so you can see it. It doesn't drop out of the bottom. Now all I'm going to do is we're just going to take a look at this here. We're going to type put, and then all you're going to do is add to these coordinates, but it has to be within the same range. So I want to put it more towards the center of the screen. So I'm moving it over to like right around this area here because it goes 256 that way. And then I'm going to move it down like to 50. Okay, but so that's just the start point. That doesn't really matter that much. You need to know that upper left hand coordinate. So that could really be anywhere on the screen as long as it doesn't go outside the boundaries once it's drawn. Now this we have to pay attention to because we need to stay in the same range. So I need to add 40 to 100, and then I need to add 50 to, wait, I want to add 40, okay, to 40 to the 100. All right. Sorry. Listen. Here's the upper left-hand corner. Here's the new upper left-hand corner. Now, the lower right-hand corner has to be in the same range as our first rectangle. So it was 40 minus 0 is 40. So we need to add 40 to this number here, because now we're doing the lower right hand corner, and we need to add 100 minus 0 is 100. So we need to add 100 to this number here, and then we just, you'll figure it out. Use a piece of graph paper, use a calculator, you'll get it. It's really not that hard. It has to be the exact same size triangle. Rectangle. See, I'm losing it. It has to be the same size rectangle, with the same width of 40 and height of 100, but you're moving it around on the Cartesian plane, so the numbers are completely different. But they have to be the same range, okay? So you can pick your upper left-hand corner to be anywhere, but when you draw your lower right-hand corner, it has to have the same specs as this. So we need to do that math, and you need to add those differences to these two numbers accordingly. So we're going to put dimension, whatever's in dimension A, and PSET it. Now when I run this, it's over here. Okay, see, the problem with this though is that when you're in when you're in PMODE 1, you have to add, I know this computer is not perfect. It's an old computer. You have to add 2 here to the lower right hand corner in order to get the whole picture, or actually that's worse. So even when we get it, we have to add 2 to the lower right hand corner x coordinate, or it will not compute. Don't ask me why. I found this out the hard way. Follow what I'm telling you to do and you'll be fine. I don't know why that is, but that's how it works. And as you can see, we moved our picture from here to here, and that is how you use dimensions. And I could put it again somewhere else. I could put it over here. We could have 3 of these on the screen. All you have to do is issue another put statement. You could hook this up to your joystick, and you could move this picture around the screen anywhere. But that's for another video. So I literally could put a joystick statement in there, and move this picture around with the joystick using get and put. If anybody wants to see that, I'll do a follow-up video. I'm going to put this code in the description so you can type it in for yourself. And that's it for me right now. I don't have the time to do the joystick thing right now, but I'll make a part 2. My joystick is not plugged in, and I just don't have the time. So I will see you guys on another video soon. So take care, and leave me some comments. If this was helpful, let me know. And that's it for now. So take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.